Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a marvelous start to your Monday, despite the less than marvelous start in the weather world right now. It was a pretty long weekend, not in terms of the weather, but for Razorback baseball. I'm just going to go ahead and get the elephant out of the room right now. Man, that was a tough weekend for Razorback baseball. I know tough for the players, tough for the coaching staff, tough for the fans, tough for everybody. And still trying to get over it right now. Still kind of in a state of shock from how everything went there. But they had a good season in the regular season, winning the SEC West championship. But man, that was pretty tough right there. So I know everybody wants to hear about the weather right now, so we're going to get right to it, Brenda, and we'll go ahead and talk about it. But we do have a lot of shower and storm potential coming up as we move throughout the next several days. Right now, we've got a few thunderstorms that are moving through portions of the river valley at this time. Northwest Arkansas also seeing some scattered shower and storm development, but none of this is really all that severe at this time. I'm going to show you why that is here in just a few moments. But first, let's take a look at High Heating Coil Mega Doppler to kick things off this morning. And as you can see, we've got that cluster of showers and storms moving along the I-40 corridor right now. No severe thunderstorm warnings in effect really anywhere in our area or in any location off to our west. In fact, there's not a single severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning or flash flood warning in effect across the entire continental United States right now. So that's pretty unbelievable and pretty rare still for this time of year. There will probably be some severe thunderstorm warnings later on this afternoon. Some of those could be located over northwest Arkansas as well. But here's that rain that's going on in portions of the river valley at this time. Again, that's where the main focus for shower and storm development is at this time, and that's what we kind of expected during the morning hours. You can see that cluster of heavier rain going on near Fort Smith and the Cedarville area right now. That's all progressing off to the east pretty quickly right now, so should be in and out of Fort Smith in about 30 minutes or maybe an hour or so there, with scattered shower and storm development going on just off to the east of Ozark near the Clarksville area as well, in portions of Logan and Johnson County in the ozone area too. So definitely some scattered thunderstorm development. But again, none of these are severe. We've got some special weather statements on these storms, though. Special weather statements, if you're not familiar with those, are typically used for thunderstorms that are strong but don't necessarily reach severe limits, right? So it doesn't get to that 60-mile-per-hour threshold for winds, and it doesn't reach that quarter-sized hail or greater threshold either. So we're talking 40 to 50-mile-per-hour winds possible with these thunderstorms, with generally dime to nickel sized hail. And that's what we're looking at right there. So I know a lot of folks are asking about specific locations. We'll kind of go through the radar, but again, right now there's nothing much going on in northwest Arkansas. There is quite a bit of activity going on in the river valley, but soon there will be some thunderstorm development going on in NWA. So right now, none of these storms are severe. Again, we don't have any severe weather that's moving through the area at this time, but there is a chance that some of these storms will be stronger as we move throughout the rest of the day today. You can already see a cluster of thunderstorms going on in Delaware County, some thunderstorms that were going on in Madison County, but man, those fell apart pretty quickly, didn't they? There was actually a pretty healthy looking area of thunderstorms there in Washington and Madison County, but those dissipated just as quickly as they appeared. Now it looks like these thunderstorms are starting to push towards portions of southwest Missouri and Berry and McDonald County, and perhaps Benton County as well. But look at this line of thunderstorms that's going on. This is the line right here that could cause some severe weather potential as we move throughout the rest of the day today. You can see that marching off to the east, northeast right now. Again, there's some additional thunderstorms that are developing out ahead of that. Very heavy rainfall is certainly going to be a concern with these thunderstorms later on today. If we don't have any damaging winds or large hail, the heavy rain threat will certainly be there. So that is something to watch very closely as we go throughout the afternoon hours. But again, that line of storms is moving off to the east at about 40 miles per hour, and that should be knocking on our doorstep right around lunchtime and as we continue throughout the afternoon hours today. So we're going to be watching the radar very closely there. I know a lot of folks may be wondering about the latest severe weather potential. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. This is the latest day one convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. And Chuck, we've been talking about where these storms are located. But here's a look at the latest day one outlook right now. You can see a level 2 out of 5, slight risk of severe weather in place for the entire KNWA Fox 24 coverage area. Again, main time frame for those stronger thunderstorms is going to be after 10 o'clock a.m. and through the early evening hours, right around 5 to 6 o'clock. So that's kind of the sweet spot right there for more widespread shower and storm potential here in northwest Arkansas. Again, there could be some stronger storms that linger around after 5 o'clock p.m., but I think that's when we're going to see the strongest storm development. Large hail damaging winds are the main concerns. You notice that we do have a low-end tornado threat included in that, but the latest day one outlook just came out and it has cropped off the majority of that tornado potential. So it makes sense why the tornado potential is not there really for Northwest Arkansas, because the instability is kind of getting sapped right now. And also this line as it moves through our entire area, by the way, it's going to hit everybody. So if you're wondering about specific locations, most people will see rain today. I think that's a pretty good bet. But in terms of significant severe weather potential, I don't think that's a huge concern with this system. Again, there will be the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms later on today, but not anything like we saw last Sunday, right? So I know a lot of folks may be worried about that, rightfully so. I could definitely sympathize with that. I know storm anxiety is a very real thing right now. But in terms of anything that we saw last Sunday, that's not going to be something that we're concerned about with this particular storm system. This is typically what we see in early June. We see a severe weather risk like this where it's damaging winds and large hail. We just don't have a whole lot of that upper level support right now that we need, and definitely don't have the low level support right now. We don't have a whole lot of low level wind shear that we need for these storms to start spinning up. So mainly a damaging wind risk today. We'll still be watching the radar very closely. LaFleur County is still included in that very low risk for tornadoes. So we'll be keeping an eye on areas along and south of Interstate 40. The parameters are a little bit better here, but again, it's nothing like, it's not even close, not even the same stratosphere as what we saw last Sunday. So I hope that puts some folks' mind at ease. Let's go ahead and look at future track 2, because I know a lot of folks may be wondering about timing. We're going to go through that right now. So there's that cluster of thunderstorms that's moving through the river valley at this time. You can see that there on future track. It wants it to kind of fall apart, which kind of makes sense. It is kind of falling apart at this time. So again, some scattered thunderstorm development possible as we move throughout the rest of the morning hours here in Northwest Arkansas in the river valley. But the main line of storms starts knocking on our doorstep throughout the afternoon. And you can see that starting to push through right around 2, 3 o'clock p.m. in Northwest Arkansas in the river valley. Again, this is going to be speeding up as it pushes through our area. And again, heavy rain, certainly a pretty big concern with this. So you're driving on the roadways, you're moving off a little bit farther east. Maybe you're heading back home from work. You need to stay weather aware, because I'm assuming there's going to be some ponding on the roadways, and I'm assuming that there may be a few hydroplaning incidents this afternoon. So just take it nice and easy. Give yourself plenty of extra time to get to where you're going. You should be okay. But look how quickly that line moves through. So it's in and out pretty quick right now. Here's the deal, and you're already starting to see this on Mega Doppler. The models do not pick up on the stratiform rain very well. This is that stratiform rain that always shows up on the backside of storm systems. So once that initial line moves through, you may be thinking, okay, it's over, no more rain, but maybe not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friend. We do have the potential for a little bit more rainfall on the backside of the system. Now, this won't be anything that's, this won't bring any severe weather, but it could bring some more lightning to the area. In fact, let's turn on the lightning counter right here. I bet there could be see how there's lightning strikes there showing up here? So even when this main line moves through, right, there will still be some thunder showers on the backside of the system. Again, I know a lot of folks may be concerned when these thunder showers are moving through. Hey, are these strong? Are these severe? The stratiform rain doesn't bring severe weather. It just brings additional rainfall that can cause some localized flooding. So once this initial line moves through, I am anticipating some rain on the backside of the system. It may be a little bit loud. In fact, it will be loud if it does hold together. But just be weather aware there as we move throughout the afternoon once that initial line of showers and storms pushes off to the east of the area. But let's go back to future track here. Let's go through the rest of it. You'll notice here that the showers and thunderstorms still moving through. So it's starting to pick up on the stratiform rain. I think the rain will continue to fall after 6 o'clock. But by the time we get to 8, 9 o'clock, I think the bulk of that activity will be out of our area with the potential for maybe some more showers and thunderstorms. So here's a 7-day Fox 20 forecast for you real quick. I want to go back to some of the timing as well and get more specific. Kinsey, none of this is severe right now. So, there's still some rain that's going on in Fort Smith, but there's not a single severe thunderstorm warning in our weather coverage area. And there's not a single severe thunderstorm warning in the entire United States right now. Now, that won't last. but there's not a single severe thunderstorm anywhere in the country. So you could go to Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, and you still wouldn't have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now. So nothing severe in Fort Smith, but still some rainfall that's going on at this time. So here's that 7-day forecast once again. I just wanted to go through the whole thing here so you could see. But stormy patterns expected over the next couple of days. More rain showers possible early tomorrow morning. I'll show you the future track for that in just a few moments. And then more rain possible Tuesday night into Wednesday as well. Now, Thursday and Friday's looking nice, but the northwest flow weather pattern going to be rearing its ugly head once again. And you got to know it's northwest flow. And even if the models may not be depicting a whole lot of development, we are going to be in northwest flow this weekend, so we're not falling for that. That's why we've got rain chances in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday as well. So that's what we're looking at for northwest Arkansas. Temperatures generally in the lower to middle 80s. River Valley, we're talking about temperatures potentially in the lower 90s as we go throughout the latter half of this week. You'll see that right here once it gets pulled up. There's the River Valley right there. High temperatures, again, 87, 88 degrees over the next couple of days, 60% chance of rain today. I did actually bump that up to 70% for the River Valley because it's just a lot more widespread in those locations, but you kind of get the idea. It is a very active, very stormy weather pattern over the next couple of days. So with that, I'm going to go into the timing once again. If you guys got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. But let's go ahead and look at that 24-hour forecast timeline for Fayetteville. Kind of to show you how those rain chances are ebbing and flowing throughout the day. Right now, rain chances aren't all that high. That's the River Valley. That's not what I wanted because that one has not been updated. So let's go to northwest Arkansas here. I think this one's northwest Arkansas. And it is. And there you go. Now you can kind of see how the rain chances are ebbing and flowing right there. So 60% chance of rain through about 5 to 6 o'clock p.m. for NWA and the River Valley. And then we kind of drop off throughout the overnight hours tonight before it increases once again early tomorrow morning. And notice how temperatures kind of stay steady, middle to upper 70s, lower 80s. Overnight tonight, we stay in the 70s, and then tomorrow we'll be in the middle to upper 70s, lower 80s once again. So steady temperatures, steady eddy is what I call this weather. It's going to be steady eddy over the next few days here in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley in terms of those temperatures. But rain chances will be ebbing and flowing as we go throughout the next several days. So, again, if you got outdoor activities planned, got to make sure you're keeping an eye on the radar, staying weather aware, and again, we'll be here watching all this very closely. I can't stress this enough, though. This is not going to be like last Sunday. I just want to continue to stress that point because I know a lot of folks are wondering about that. And I absolutely understand that. That's why I'm talking about this because I know it's on people's minds. This is not going to be like last Sunday. This is not going to be a widespread, significant, severe weather outbreak over our area. But there is a chance that some of these storms as they move through could be strong to severe, mainly a damaging wind threat. And if you're out there, clearing debris, if you're out there still trying to work to clear out power lines and stuff like that, just be keeping an eye on the radar over the next several days, especially in Benton County because that's where all the damage was with that storm system that moved through last week. So, again, just wanted to reiterate that point before we moved on here. So let's go back here. I want to look at some of the WeatherBug Network cameras right now. Unfortunately, a lot of these cameras are also down, which doesn't make me the happiest camper in the world, but we'll leave it at that. There's some rain right there over the Alma High School WeatherBug Network camera. Nothing too crazy going on right now. Again, there's no severe weather over our area. But it's still got some rain that's going on there. Let's go ahead and move on here. I want to see kind of some of the structure on these thunderstorms. So let's go to the Bentonville Square camera. So there's the Bentonville Square camera. You can kind of see a little bit more structure there. Maybe a bit of a shelf cloud feature that started to develop in the background. It's kind of hard to tell from this far out, but maybe a little bit of a shelf cloud feature there. Again, these storms are not by any means rotating at all right now. There's no rotation with any of them. Nothing crazy, but there is a little bit of activity going on south of Tulsa. So the line that moves through later on this afternoon, that's going to be the one to watch. That line could have some spin-ups with it, especially along and south of Interstate 40. So even though the tornado potential has been cropped off from the Storm Prediction Center, we're not going to let our guard down. We're not going to let our guard down. There's always a possibility. And there you go. There's that shelf cloud feature right there. So that is a bit of a shelf cloud that is developing there over the Decatur camera. You can see that in the distance right there. There's those thunderstorms that are just off to the west of Benton County right now, causing quite a bit of heavy rainfall and lightning as well. I'm interested to see if we may get a cloud-to-ground lightning strike with this as well. Right now, this storm not producing a whole lot of lightning, but oh man, I'll tell you what, those storms that move through later on this afternoon, those are the ones that are going to be a little bit more electrified. So maybe a fireworks show this afternoon here in Northwest Arkansas. There's a Graduate Hotel camera. Ugh, brother, right now is what I'm saying with that camera. That camera needs to be cleaned off. Any volunteers to clean off the camera? Any volunteers? I'll give you 12 Baja Blast freezies if anybody clears off. It looks like Jason Soul wants to do it. Jason just passed me right now. He put up his hand. He's a big Baja fanatic right there. He was just recording Good Day NWA. But 12 Baja Blast, take it or leave it. Jacob, I'll give you 12 Baja Blast freezies if you clean off this Graduate Hotel camera. And some wasp gear, because there's wasps that are around it. Yeah, he's out. He's out on that one. He's out on that one. But no, we're getting closer, to July and August when the wasps go nuts. And I'll tell you what, this camera is going to have so many wasps on it, it's not even funny. They always build their nest around this camera. So that's the Graduate Hotel camera. Here's the Mount Sequoia camera. We're going to pull this up here. Come on, pull up. Don't be down. All right, there we go. Just nothing much going on there over the Mount Sequoia camera. But that will change as we move throughout the day today. It's going to get a lot more rainy. Look at those southerly winds starting to increase, though. It was nice and calm this morning, and now the southerly winds starting to crank up. So moisture is on the increase right now. You can certainly feel it as you step out the door. It feels like a severe weather day. The thing is that as we go throughout the month of June, July, and August, the jet stream energy gets displaced a little bit more, and that kind of prevents significant severe weather in our area. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean we can't get significant severe weather this time of year, because we've seen it before. But the risk for widespread tornadic activity like we saw last Sunday goes down pretty dramatically throughout the summer months. Yeah, no kidding, Alex. It seems like every single time, like, we get like a camera. Look, I'm not going to get into the full details, right? But we had a camera. It got stolen. I don't know. It's a little bit sus. That's all I got to say, Alex. It's a little bit sus on what happened with that camera, because it was going to be a great view. It was going to be a fantastic camera. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that, Alex. That's all I'll say on that matter. Let's go ahead and look at the Miss Laura's camera here too. I'm just going through all the cameras right now. Let's just go through all the cameras that we've got that are actually working. There's a little bit of a feature right there, anvil feature. So the initial round of rain is moving out of Fort Smith, because we're facing off to the west right now. And most of the rain is starting to move out of Fort Smith. But more showers and storms possible as we move throughout the rest of the day there. Fort Smith Public Library looking soggy right now. Garfield still up. I love to see it. Beaver Lake, nice and quiet for now. But later on, that will be a different story. And that's a little bird right there, too. That was fun. Look at that. Bird showing off for the camera right there. Nice hawk. That was pretty cool. I love this camera. This camera's awesome. This is a beautiful camera. You get great sunrises. And you get some nature, too, that was showing off. That was a cool little view right there. That bird was showing off for us. Love that. Let's go ahead and move on here. Let's try Kessler Mountain. Let's see what it looks like over Kessler Mountain. Another camera that needs to be cleaned off. But look how hazy it is outside, too. You can kind of see that haze right there. That's that humidity that's increasing. So dew points middle to upper 60s. You can see that kind of juice in the atmosphere there. But again, not a whole lot of support right now for significant severe weather, which we will take all day long. Cartwright Mountain camera. It's so interesting watching cameras like this. You look at that cloud, and it looks like a scary-looking cloud, right? And that's what it is. It's just a scary-looking cloud. The reason why those clouds just look like that and look so low to the ground is because of the mountains. So you have the water vapor that's condensating very close to the ground. And so you get a lot of what appears to be, rotating wall clouds or scud or whatever. That's not even scud that's going on there. That's just really low clouds. That's condensating really quickly with all the rain that's falling. And you can see that going on right there on the Cartwright Mountain camera. So I always like seeing that camera, though, because it is always beautiful to see that camera in the Boston Mountains. Mountain Magazine camera, looking pretty nice right there. You can see some showers and thunderstorms moving through. Again, these are just trying to get their act together right now, but I think they're going to struggle. P Ridge is down right now. Great. Ooh. Now this is a nice looking view. Siloam Springs showing off right now. Man, that is a beautiful view right there. I got to save that camera shot. You can see that rain shaft right there that's off to the west at this time. Some nice structure there. You can see, again, these storms are very elevated right now. What I mean by elevated thunderstorms is that their bases are very high up in the sky. So this is why the tornado potential is low today, because the bases of these thunderstorms are very high up. So if there's going to be more significant tornado potential, the bases of these storms will be lower to the ground because they're what we call surface-based thunderstorms. So surface-based thunderstorms are when the cloud base is about 5,000 feet or lower. Elevated thunderstorms are above that, and that's what we're seeing right now over that Siloam Springs camera. That's a great shot right there. I think we're going to get another shot of that soon from the Springdale cameras too, but I'm going to keep it on the Siloam Spring camera for a little bit longer. I do have to dip in just a few moments, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. This is a pretty straightforward kind of storm system that's moving through today. But I did want to provide an update because, again, I know there's a lot of storm anxiety right now. I know there's a lot of folks that are worried about these thunderstorms that are moving through. And, obviously we don't want to see any storms because there's still cleanup that's going on right now. We need to have dry weather consistently so that those folks who are working very hard in our community to clear off debris and to clear off those roadways and to get everything back to normal again, really, in portions of Benton County and areas farther east towards Madison County and Carroll County and Boone County. They need dry weather. And so I just wanted to provide this update. There's not a whole lot going on right now in terms of significant severe weather, but still something I think that's important to let folks know about. So hopefully you guys are doing well on this Monday. Again, we're gonna be here watching this closely all weekend and all week long. There's one more look at the those showers and thunderstorms that we're expecting as they evolve on radar. Again, pretty nasty line of storms moving through later on this afternoon, folks. So as you're driving back home, stay weather aware. Take it easy. I'll give yourself plenty of extra time to get to where you're going so you can make it on time and safely. But stratiform rain possible on the backside of the system. Additional thunderstorms possible tomorrow morning. Needed to mention that. There could be a little bit of rainfall going on during your morning commute in portions of the river valley. Additional thunderstorms possible during the afternoon. And then as we move along here, Wednesday, more thunderstorms possible during the morning hours. It does look like the river valley at this time looks like the main focus, but obviously that could change. I do want to see kind of what these different models are depicting in terms of rainfall totals. First of all, let's look at the Weather Prediction Center's outlook here. Let's see what they've got going on for rainfall. Man, the Weather Prediction Center has quite a bit of rain going on, folks. So, I was mentioning this in our morning meeting that we have here. We always have a morning meeting with the news team. I think there will be the potential for flooding over the next several days. Our one saving grace is that we're going to see breaks in the activity. So we'll get a big push of showers and thunderstorms over northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Then we'll get a break. Another push, another break. So if you can get some breaks in the activity, widespread flash flooding becomes less likely. But isolated to scattered flash flooding is certainly a possibility, especially over northwest Arkansas. Just as you said, Josh, that bullseye is right over our coverage area right now. So this particular map from the Weather Prediction Center has 4 to 5 inches of rain. Maybe even higher amounts possible too, just off to the west of Fayetteville. Again, these maps aren't perfect. They're constantly updating these, but this is a sign that we could have some localized flooding at the very least over our area. Because look at this, the River Valley even getting in the action with 2 to 3 inches of rain. So this is something to watch over the next 7 days. Again, this is not just for today. This is over an extended period of time, obviously. But still something to keep an eye on. I want to see what the each of the models are showing real quick here in terms of rainfall, and then we'll kind of wrap this up unless there's any other questions. Oh, thank you so much, Roby, for joining in here. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh yeah. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Hopefully a lot more than the bats that I saw this weekend at Bomb Stadium. And that's all I'll say on that matter. So here's the rain accumulation. This is, again, some of the models' depictions. Again, these are not perfect either, but it gives you a general idea. Next 3 days, we're expecting about 1 to 2 inches of rain in most spots, with higher amounts possible wherever those heavier thunderstorms do set up. GFS, a little bit more of a what we call a low resolution model. So does it pick up on those smaller scale details, while the NAM definitely shows a swath of more significant rainfall over portions of our area. So I think most of the models are in good agreement right now, and that's always nice to see. Will says just sliding into Monday. Yeah, that's what I feel like I'm doing right now. Oh my goodness. What's up? Oh yeah, you can keep those on. Yeah, I'll turn them off. Thank you. That's what I feel like right now, Will. I feel like I'm sliding around and just trying to get it together because, my goodness, the last month, 2 months, 3 months, it's just been nonstop, folks. And I know we need a break, and you guys need a break from all this weather right now. It's been exhausting. I feel, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest right now, completely upfront. I was telling folks this at the Razorback game. I do feel a lot more, kind of stressed and anxious and stuff like that right now. I think it's just because of just the amount of work that there's been. And also because I'm personally, I'm telling you right now, I'm still a little bit shook about what happened last Sunday. Just seeing that damage and being on the scene there, and seeing the tornado visually right in front of me in Decatur, on the south side of Decatur, that's never going to leave my mind. That's never going to leave my mind. And it's just a blessing to be in this community where everybody's just coming together to help each other out. That is a very special thing that we've got going on, and I'm just so happy folks are helping each other out and being understanding of each other. And Northwest Arkansas strong. That's been the theme over the last several days, and Northwest Arkansas has certainly been showing that strength and the love for the neighbors and love for everybody. I just absolutely love that in a very difficult time for a lot of folks. So just keep everybody who was impacted by these storms, in your thoughts and prayers over the next several days, because recovery is still going to be ongoing. It's still going to take, in my opinion, months to fully recover from this event that we saw Sunday morning, and we're certainly praying for everybody out there that's impacted by this. Karen, oh, thank you so much. Hey, we really appreciate that. Thank you for that very kind comment right there. And yeah, it just really helps when we see kind comments like that too. It just makes things feel a little bit better, as well. So I really appreciate that, Karen. That was very nice. Josh, it's a different feeling when your local community is impacted. Drove through Rogers, have been in most of the businesses, damages at some point, seeing them gone and people's lives impacted hurts. It does, Josh. It does. And, when I got to Decatur, I was on the south side of Decatur. I was in between Gentry and Decatur when I saw that anticyclonic tornado hit the south side of Decatur. And, when I was in my car, going to be honest with you, when I got to the scene and I got off the phoner, I had to scream. And I had to cry and I had to let it out because I was very, very concerned that the scene that I was on, that people, may have gotten hurt. But it was kind of a miracle that Decatur, nobody lost their lives with those particular storms. And of course, other people lost their lives in Northwest Arkansas. Just absolutely heartbreaking. But again, just people coming together and helping others. That's just a special thing that this community has. Certainly very blessed to still be able to be up here and cover these storms. Oh, this is a good question right there. This is a good question. Do you know if they're going to confirm the North Bentonville tornado? Latricia, I think they will. And Latricia, Dan and I went out there. We spent hours surveying damage on Thursday. Hours. And we knew that there was a tornado damage there. We saw the convergence. We saw that path. We made that path. We sent in the stuff to the National Weather Service office in Tulsa, and I think they're going to confirm this as a tornado. So I think you're going to be seeing some more updates on this very soon, Latricia. Good question. Great question right there. Will all this rain right now help or hurt the storms coming in later? Della, it will do nothing but hurt the storms that come in later right now. This is not like those storms that come in and sometimes leave behind outflow boundaries where they can tap into that and get enhanced. These storms will help lower the severe weather potential a little bit more as we move throughout the afternoon. So that is a good sign. I think that's why the tornado risk has been chopped off quite a bit. But this is a false TVS. That's not really an area of rotation that's going on there. In fact, this is more of an area right here to watch in portions of Oklahoma right there, just off to the northwest of Henrietta. But that is tracking a little bit farther south and east, so hopefully that remains the case. Again, the potential is there for some severe weather today. Stay weather aware, but overall the risk is on the lower end on this one. Oh, yeah, we definitely need to focus that energy towards recovery, Will. No doubt about it. We want to focus our energy towards that. And I just wish we could have a big break where we could do that. But it's just tough. It's just tough. Oh, thank you so much, Andrew. Man, thank you so much. That was very kind of you to say. I really appreciate that. And yeah, man, I always say it all the time. I see this like on every single live stream, but like, man, I just feel so blessed to work here in Northwest Arkansas still. I've lived in Arkansas my whole life. I've lived in Northwest Arkansas since 2013. I love this area. I couldn't see myself anywhere else right now. So I just really appreciate that, Andrew. Very nice of you. Traveling from Wichita, Kansas to Northeast Arkansas, what should we avoid? So, Crystal, you need to just be careful. There's nothing that you're going to be running into that's significant in terms of severe weather, but just take it nice and easy. Give yourself plenty of extra time to get to Northeast Arkansas. You should be fine. But if you're leaving today, you're gonna be running into rain. There's no doubt about it. Northeast Arkansas is definitely going to get some rain. Definitely going to get some thunderstorms, some of which could be strong to severe. So take it nice and easy if you're leaving today. If you're leaving tomorrow, it's going to be a lot better on your drive. That's for sure. Alex is exactly right. I mention that all the time. I know severe fatigue was a very real thing. It was getting to me last Sunday. I was looking at stuff Sunday morning. I'm going to be honest with you, not Sunday morning, Saturday. I was looking at stuff Saturday during the day, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, I don't. Is this going to fall apart too? And I was having severe fatigue, but no, we had to stay with it. We stayed with it. We didn't let our guard down, and that's the one that got us. The one storm that got us. I see that Gwen right now. Gwen, you're nice. You're not very nice. I'm just going to tell you that, and we're kind of over you. So you'll be blocked. You're gone, and that's final on that front. Sorry, man. I know who you are. You always go to Dan's account. You always troll. See ya. You're out. You're out, Gwen. You're done. You're done. See ya. Bye. Bye. All right, Ryan from Greenville, Texas to Amarillo. You think I'll be good today? Sorry, guys. There's a guy right here who's just coming on here, and he's just being a troll. Dude, no, stop commenting, dude. Nobody's reading your comments anyway. You're on Twitter. Okay, Ronnie from Greenville, Texas to Amarillo. You think I'll be good today? Greenville, Texas to Amarillo. You do have the potential for some stronger thunderstorms there, but I don't think it's going to be anything too major there in Greenville and into that area right there. So just take it nice and easy as you're doing it. Let's see here. I see what you said there, Josh. It's south of the main path from Bentonville and Rogers. Peel the roof off in one section, Stony Brook Road and Village Parkway. That is interesting. I'm going to write that down right there, and we may need to check that out right there. So thanks for that comment there on the damage that went on just south of Bentonville and Rogers, or south of the main path right there. Yeah, I hope it gets better this week too. I'm really hoping that things can just calm down over our area, because we really just need just a nice stretch of good weather so these folks that are working hard to recover in our community can get that break that they need. That is for sure. So Maryland, just logging in. How bad is it today? Nothing significant, but there is a severe weather risk today, Maryland, that you need to be aware of. Large hail, damaging winds, the main concerns. But in terms of widespread severe weather, I don't think that's going to be very likely with the storm system. So I'll show that latest day one risk one more time. Again, large hail, damaging winds, the main concern. Main time frame 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's what we're looking at right now in terms of those thunderstorms. Nikita, last Sunday was a scary morning. And again, we're never going to forget that here, Northwest Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas strong. That is for sure. We have got a great community here. Great people. Let's see here. Do you think there was a tornado in Lowell? Okay. Sammy, I think there was a tornado in Lowell because there was evidence that there was anticyclonic rotation over Lowell. We had a drone over there, Sammy. So I'm really hoping that we can get just some better weather around Lowell and those areas as well. But you were just talking about if there was a tornado. We put a drone up there. We saw the damage. It looked consistent with tornado damage. So we'll see if it gets confirmed. But I think there was a tornado there in Lowell, Sammy. I'm going to talk to Dan about it a little bit more as well. So thank you for that comment, though. That was a good comment and a good post right there. All right, folks. I think it's time to wrap it up. Sorry that I kind of got a little rant right there with that one dude. There's this one guy on Twitter that just always trolls us all the time. So I just had to mention it. People are over you, man. People are over you. So anyway, hope you guys have a marvelous rest of your Monday. Again, Dan, Peyton will be here later on this afternoon. They're going to be watching the radar very closely, let you know about the latest details. Again, severe weather potential today. It's not expected to be widespread, but you still need to stay weather aware. Heavy rainfall certainly possible as you head back home from work. And we may have some more rain chances as we go throughout the rest of this week. So again, everybody, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your Monday, and God bless you. We'll see you next time.